Okay. Let's go over this again. So on this keystone, there are color codes. Every keystone has a color code. We talked about this before. We'll go over it again. Our keystones that we're going to be punching down for our concepts are B side. So you need to only pay attention to the B side. Now, with punching these cables down, we're punching down category cable or cat cable. So I got my cable right here, and I'm going to show you how to punch it down real quick. You're going to need a punch down blade with a sharp and a not sharp side. You're going to need snips to remove the sheath or a sheath remover. And that's about it. Let's get to it. Ready? Sure. Alright. First, I'm going to remove the sheath a little bit. I'm not going to cut too hard, but I am going to cut where I score it around so I can break it off and go underneath. If I'm looking at this keystone right here, it has brown on the top right if we're looking at it like this. For the viewers, it's bottom right. Green is going to be top right. Blue is top left. And orange is bottom left. So I'm going to divide my colors just like I just said. Top or bottom. Now, you have these two things on the inside. The string helps remove the sheath of the cable. This blue thing is the sheath. And this plastic piece is an insulator for the pairs on the inside. I'm going to twist them together and I'm going to cut them off because we do not need the insulator, nor do we need the string to remove the sheath. Now, to punch this down, what I'm going to do is grab the keystone, and before I do anything else, I'm going to verify that my splits are right. The left side, I have orange at the top, blue at the back. On the right side, I have brown at the top, green at the back. Or inverted for the camera, brown at the bottom, green at the top, blue at the top, orange at the bottom. Now, if you look at this keystone again, there's a color that's solid that doesn't have any numbers. This color over here doesn't have any numbers either. That means it's the same no matter the configuration. The only thing that differs is the one that has the different number associated with it. Excuse me, different letter associated with it. Right. So this has to be A, this has to be B, but this will always be brown. This is always A, this is always B, but this is always blue. Easy, right? Easy. All right, so I'm gonna punch this down real quick.
How far you go up in here with your?
Yep.
How far you go up in
So technically you're supposed to go in like this. Now, I feel like this is difficult for most people, hence I say go to the outside of it. But I do not want you to do this. I want you to be as close on the inside as possible. Now, I'm going to punch it like this because I want you to refer to this video, and I want you to know that you should go a little bit deeper in this. But for right now, I'm going to show you how I want you to do it, just at the tip like this. Now, my trick for getting these in, to weave them into their connections, is I have my thumb on the inside. I'm constantly having a force pushing inside of this keystone. And because of that, it's able to move back and forth like this, and I can just gently pull it into the slot. Same with the blue. I'm going to unwind it. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to show you a little cool trick. You see this is what I cut off earlier, right? If you put this in, one of the pairs, you can actually twist this and actually undo these cables, right? Now, this is for people who have sensitive fingers, you can do that. But, undo that, I'm going to tuck this in. I'm going to tuck this in. Before I punch it, I'm going to verify. Orange, white orange, blue, white, blue. Orange, white, orange, blue, white, blue. Looks good to me, right? Alright, so I'm going to punch down on this because I don't want to damage anything. I'm going to make sure which side is my cutting side. This is my sharp side. Sharp side cuts on the outside of this keystone. I'm cutting off all of my tails. So with that being said, I'm going to punch straight down. A good punch, if you look at it, this will come off all the way. Sometimes they don't come off all the way, but this one came off. Perfect punch shoots the tail right off. That was a perfect punch. It shot the tail right off. Shot the tail right off. Shot the tail right. Nope. Tail's still hanging on by a thread. It's cool though. We verified to make sure that it's still on there. They're all at the bottom. Those teeth on the inside, you've passed those teeth on the inside. If you're looking at it from the camera view, there are silver teeth coming from this side and this side on the individual columns or the individual slots. These teeth are the conductors for these pairs. So as long as it's in there, it's connected. As long as it's at the bottom, that's how you know it's seated properly. You want it connected and seated properly on every single one. Now I'm gonna do the second side. I might as well just leave my headlamp on. So I'm going to unravel this. Ayah, come on. Bada bing, bada boom. Is that correct? It is. Brown, brown, white, brown, brown. What's next? Green, white, green. Do that again. I'm gonna punch it down. And oop, I didn't punch that one down all the way. Didn't punch it down all the way, but it's seated all the way down there. Technically, it's connected, but this could cause problems. Shorts and other cabling issues or cable termination issues will arise if these are touching other things, touching metals, or if anything, touching another one of these. That's why this side right here cuts it off. It's to prevent all of that extra damage to the cable itself. So we punched down everything on the cable or on this keystone, and we're just gonna verify. Look to the left, all of these are seated all the way down, they're all the way in. Look to the right, these are all the way down, they're seated all the way in. Now, final step is to cap this baby off. And if you look on the bottom of this cap helps seat cables all the way down. So if you can put this on there and it sits down easy, it means you've punched this down successfully. Very nice. The last step for this is to test this continuity. If the continuity passes on both sides, that means both sides match. Now whether you punched it right or not is up to you to check the color code. But the continuity never lies. Continuity never lies. That's it.